Thank you very much for staying with us. You're still watching Game On News Central TV. Don't forget, you can be part of the conversation via social media on YouTube at News Central TV, on X, and on Instagram at News Central TV. Let's go straight now to the world of football and talk about grassroots football. Yes, serving as the African Football Academy of FC Midtjylland in the Danish Superliga Championship, FC Ebedei plies its trade in the third tier of the Nigerian Football League, Nigeria Nationwide League One. They have produced notable Nigerian footballers such as Paul Onuachu, Frank Onyeka, Raphael Onyedika, owned by Frederick Oliseh, but coached by his son, Frederick Oliseh. The Ogun State-based team enjoyed a successful season as a team with an average age of 26, were within close reach of the second tier of the Nigerian football, but missed out on penalties against Igbajo United. Here to discuss the team's progress is FC Ebedei's General Manager, Frederick Oliseh, joins us live in our studios this evening. Good evening to you and welcome to Game On.
Hi, good evening. Nice to be here.
I wanted to ask, were you a player before going to administration?
I did play professionally while I was here. Yes. So during my university days when I would come back from England, I would definitely play the professional league. So I had played the NLO. I played NLO a few times.
Played NLO?
Yeah, I played NLO a few times. And yeah, nothing really prepares you for it. It's like playing Nigerian football. It's great. All
right, from playing to the administrative angle of football, how's the transition been? I mean, with FC Ebedei?
I'm going to be very, very honest. It's been easier because of the institution that is my father. It's such a great personality to follow. My father in what he's done for Nigerian football over the last 35 years. So the mindset, I already seen it from so young. So I could see myself already doing it from quite a younger age, actually. So it's been a really smooth transition because of the direction of my father.
Let's look at the NLO. I mean, it's one of the most difficult league. As I was talking about the Nigerian National League, your team missed out, in gaming promotion to the NNL. That's the second division. Yeah. I mean, ever since we know FC Ebedei, a lot of persons have said, "Oh, it's time for this club to get to the NLL and get to the Nigerian Premier Football League." But it seems that when you guys take one step forward, it seems that you're going back. So, what has been the issue in terms of the team not moving in the trajectory of what we expect, especially with promotions and then going all the way to the NPFL?
I think personally, we can never say we take a step backwards with what we do. And I was going to make a little correction. You said the average age of our team was 26. No, the average age of our team is probably around 19.
Right. Interesting.
Now. 19.
Interesting.
In our team, we have about 10 players who are still in secondary school.
Wow.
We played the league with boys still in SS1 and SS2. So some players just barely, found their marriage in just 3. So it's never a step back. We are fully committed to developing football players. It's not so much about progression in the Nigerian league, but is to have our players in an environment that allows them to develop. Okay. That's priority for us.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the business model of FC Ebedei. A couple of times, Frederick Oliseh invited me to come watch some of the games when they were playing at Agege Stadium so many years ago. And I've been impressed with the way it turns out young players. For me, the model of FC Ebedei is a model that a lot of people need to study and probably imbibe if you want to stay in the business of grassroots football, getting players to clubs abroad, and then getting involved in transfers and all of that. So look at the list of players that we talked about.
Paul Onuachu,
Frank Onyeka, Raphael Onyedika. Raphael, for me, was one of the positives of the last qualifiers. Yeah. It was clearly in a class of his own in terms of what he was able to bring to our team in that first game against South Africa and in the game against Benin Republic where he scored the goal. But what challenges have you had to keeping to your structure? I know your priority is not maybe coming into the Premier League or coming into the NNL. The priority is raise the crop of young boys and then get them to Midtjylland, get them to some of these clubs abroad, and then they come back as national team players and have their own impact in Nigerian football. What are the challenges that you've encountered in being able to stick to that model of club administration and club management in Nigeria?
I think one of the major challenges that you would just say is sometimes as a group, people in football are used to doing things in a certain way. And innovation and doing things in an innovative way is very new. So people take a long time to get on board with that, and they take a long time to see, exactly what you're trying to do and how you want to do it. So in terms of sticking to what we know, is we already know that what we've been doing for the last 25 years has been innovative. So is to get people to understand the direction of what FC Ebedei wants. So that is something. And I think one of the basic challenges, or the most disheartening challenge, you say, is just how misinformed people generally about the state of Nigerian football, the history and where we're going. So and because people have this idea that is not sustainable, it's very difficult to then sometimes implement, your aims and objectives in little ways. But if challenges aren't there, how can you get success? So we welcome these challenges always.
Okay.
All right, fair. I mean, how has it been for you coaching a team of young players? I think for me, in terms of the hierarchy of coaching, I think sometimes coaching younger players, younger than 18, might be a huge challenge as compared to coaching adults who already, established players already have they already have like an idea of what they want to do on the pitch and whatnot. And considering the fact that you also have the experience of being a player, do you think that has probably given you an advantage in terms of coaching these players successfully?
I think so. I think one of the most important things with developing young players is to know you're not just developing the player, but you're developing the human being. It is way different, obviously, when you say there are different levels to coaching, right? What you see the likes of, let's say, Pep and Arteta, what they do, there's a certain level you get to that then you can start fine-tuning and putting all these things together. But when you come lower, it's very different. You are also coaching individuals, human beings. You're not just coming to put in their heads tactics. Sometimes it's also about directing them in the right way to go in terms of how to apply personality into football. So that is one of the things about particularly training young people, is the fact that with young kids, call them kids, I would like to say young people, they are kids. So it's developing them as individuals, trying to put them in the right way, take their psyche into the right parts of the game.
All right, take us through your partnership with FC Midtjylland. I mean, we've seen interesting partnership in the past with different club side, but with FC Ebedei and FC Midtjylland, what's the partnership like?
It's been a fantastic partnership. We've been partners for over 20 years now, FC Ebedei and FC Midtjylland, and it's something where it's gone beyond just a partnership between clubs. Now it feels more like family with us and Midtjylland. Obviously, everybody has, most people have a bit of an idea. The players get there at a certain age and then develop a Midtjylland, and they can whatever heights they get to. We get to see that. So that's what it's been. But it's been a very, very fruitful and it's been fulfilling. I think that's the right word. A very fulfilling relationship we've had with FC Midtjylland. I'm super grateful that we've continued that.